Hey, thanks for coming by. It's Tori Magoo, 44. It is November. It's the early part of November, and like I've been saying, time is rolling on. Things are happening, good and bad. Some excellent things are happening as far as Scientology. And as I've mentioned, Blown for Good's book is out. Excellent. If you want to get it, blownforgood.com. The more I read, the better it gets. It is fantastic. Nancy Maney also wrote a book called My Billion Year Contract. That's another one, and you can get that at mybillionyear.com, mybillionyearcontract.com. And yes, the Sea organization in Scientology does sign a billion-year contract. So for any of you who are thinking, man, maybe I'll join, think again. It's $35 a week. It is. It's very easy to get into it. It's like quicksand to get out. It's very, very tricky. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you all about today is depression. And can Scientology really help depression? And this is my answer, having been in it for 30 years. I'm not a depressed person, but I've been around people who have suffered from very severe depression. I know 8 young people who have taken their own lives. They are dead. And my reasoning on it is a great part of it is Scientology, because they cannot get the help they need. You can't even say, really. I remember one of my friends when I was in, and he had left. He'd left Scientology. And we went out to talk to him, and he said, we said, what happened? And he said, I've suffered from depression my whole life. And the guy that was with me went and looked in his folders, and he said, well, there's no record of that. And it's like, of course there's no record in that, because they don't recognize depression as anything that's real, right? It's, psychiatry's all bad, forget it, take your vitamins and just like, look at the kid who stabbed his mother, 33 times or something like that? His mother was trying to take him off of his medication that he needed and have him take vitamins, and he ended up stabbing her to death. Jeremy Perkins, I knew his mother. And how horrible is that? I know 8 kids who've taken their lives. That's unbelievable when you think about it. People can say, oh, there's a lot of suicide these days, but this is in one organization where they totally are against any and all help by psychiatry or psychology. So if you are suffering from depression, now their thing is, their auditing will help you. When 9/11 happened, right underneath Bush, what was in there? 1-800-for-Truth. What is that? That's the Scientology hotline. And I said it. I was on the internet at the time. I said, that's the Dianetic hotline. And sure enough, we called up Fox News, which is where Greta Van Susteren works, and just happened to get on the Dianetic, for mental health, call 1-800-for-Truth. I called them up. I said, are you kidding me? Mental health? You guys? And this little, probably 17-year-old said, Dianetics, modern science for mental health. And it was like, that is so pathetic when you think of people that truly and honestly need help going to an organization where they really don't have the tools to help you. They don't. And if they did, I wouldn't be here talking to you. And I don't have depression, but that's what it took, me getting to the very, very top of it and realizing this doesn't work. I have my own thing. I have epilepsy. And they were like, well, continue on up the bridge and we'll see you up the line, right? And I did continue on up the bridge, all the way up the bridge to OT7, which is their second to the top. Think of a triangle. The very top is OT8. I was OT7. I was on it for 7 years. I kept writing the head of Scientology saying, please let me off of this. I need things to get, I need help. I really do. Not just with that. I had gained 100 pounds. I needed to lose weight. I was basically a wreck, which is what a lot of OTs are. They are in not good condition because it doesn't really work. It doesn't really help you in your life. It might in some things. I'm not saying all of it's bad. There are some tools in it that are good. But as far as what they're really promising and what is really there, nah, they're not. They're like apples and oranges. And the only way you find out is by your own courage and looking, kind of like evaluating it yourself. And you can do that yourself. If you're in, look at it yourself. Go meet a bunch of the OTs. Now, granted, there's a few of them that are successful and doing great, and they'll say, that's because of Scientology. Is it really? Probably not. Most of them either inherited their money or they're just good business people. Period. Like me, I was good in PR. Was it because of Scientology? Hell no. I asked Laurel Sullivan, who used to be L. Ron Hubbard's personal PR, and I said, I don't get it. I was pretty good in PR. And she goes, that's right. But you were never trained in PR, were you? And I said, no, I wasn't. And she said, that's why you were good at it. And it's true. I just did, I grew up around my dad, my mom. They were both kind of in PR journalism, broadcasting. I grew up around good communication. So I knew that, right? So anyway, a lot of stuff has been happening in the last few days, as most of you know who've watched the news. And I'm very sorry for the families who've lost their loved ones. It's another tragedy in our country. But we have to all pull together and make sure more of this stuff doesn't continue. I mean, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And, try to get up every day and find something good about the day. There is something to be found for every single day. You have to look for it. You have to find it. It's like a little journey, and you have to find it every day. And if you don't, this stuff kind of piles on top of you, and you get feeling crummier and crummier. But if you go, well, wait a minute, hang on. I have this, I have that, this is good, that's good. Think of it like that. You build up your little repertoire of what are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? It should be a lot of things. It really should. I've spent years talking to people who have really, really bad situations. And most of us have quite a good deal. Even if it's bad compared to what it was, it's better than what it could be. So there you go. That's my little pitch for today. I hope you guys have an excellent weekend. And I'm going to go out and have some fun right now. So I love you. Take care.